The storm shutters rattled as dusty Martian wind howled across Outpost Elliot, a tiny human settlement clinging to the edge of the canyons. Most days were quiet, just farmers, technicians, and miners going about their lives under the iron-red sky. But today, 10-year-old Milo Harding walked down the settlement's narrow corridor with a strange sense of purpose. He clutched his favorite toy in both hands. A little wooden starfighter, carved by his late mother. The wings were uneven, the hull slightly chipped, one booster scratched from when Milo threw it too hard against a rock. But it was his, the last handmade thing she ever gave him. And he had decided, after a night of thinking, that someone else needed it more. Someone, not human. The lonely shadow by the fence. For the past week, Milo had noticed the small figure standing alone outside Outpost Elliot's perimeter fence, a silent shape with mottled blue skin and large reflective eyes. A Thrixian child. The adults whispered about the Thrixians. A warrior species. Proud, ancient, territorial. Not hostile anymore, but distant, too many old wars, too much bad blood. They rarely approached humans. And the child? Even stranger. But every afternoon, Milo saw her. Standing quietly. Watching the humans play. Her tail coiled around her ankles like she was holding herself together. She never spoke. Never moved closer. But Milo knew that look, lonely, hungry, unsure how to ask for anything. He understood it too well. So today, Milo stepped outside the perimeter gate, the toy hidden behind his back. One of the watch guards, a tired Marine named Cole, leaned against the railing. "You sure about this, kid?" Cole asked. "She's not dangerous," Milo said. "Just sad." Cole sighed. "Your parents will skin me alive if you don't come back with all your arms and legs." Milo grinned. "I'll keep them all. Promise." He slipped out into the dusty canyon wind. A gift across worlds. The Thrixian child stiffened when he approached. Her pupils tightened, shimmering like polished obsidian. I'm Milo," he said carefully. She made a soft clicking sound in her throat, a nervous reflex. "I see you here a lot," Milo continued. "And, well, I thought maybe you'd like this." He held out the wooden starfighter. The alien girl didn't move at first. She just stared at the toy, then at Milo, then back at the toy. Her chest fluttered. Thrixians didn't cry, but they had a tremor-like emotional reflex. Her fingers trembled as she reached out. One clawed tip brushed the wing. "You can have it," Milo said softly. "It's okay." She snatched her hand back, startled. Then, in the smallest voice, barely audible over the wind, she whispered. "Why?" Milo blinked. She could speak human language. "Because you look like you need a friend," he said simply. Her pupils widened. That meant shock. And something else, hope. Slowly, reverently, she took the wooden starfighter with both hands, cradling it like a sacred relic. Her voice shook. "Thrixian children are not given gifts from outsiders. Ever." "Well," Milo said, scratching his neck, "now you are." The girl's throat clicked rapidly, an overwhelmed reaction. She pressed the little starfighter to her chest. Then she whispered, "I am called Risha. Milo smiled. "Hi, Risha. See you tomorrow?" The little alien nodded once, sharply, like it was a vow. Milo walked back toward the outpost. Risha remained in place, staring down at the toy as if it were a miracle. The next morning, everything breaks. At sunrise, Outpost Elliot woke to a ground tremor. Then another. Then 50 more. The dust outside lifted in waves. Radios crackled with panic. Doors slammed. Soldiers sprinted to the barricades. Cole, the watchguard, yelled over the alarm. "Harding. Get your kid inside. We've got." He didn't finish. Because on the horizon, marching through the canyon in perfect formation, came 500 Thrixian warriors. 500. Their armor glowed with plasma veins. Their war spears thrummed with power. Their helmets bore carved tusks, crests, banners of clan lineage fluttering in the wind. Like a living storm of steel and fury. The outpost's automated cannons rotated toward them with a whir. Milo, pulled behind a barricade by his father, peered over the edge. He searched desperately for one small figure. And then he saw her. Rishikai walked in front of the entire army, tiny, nervous, wooden starfighter clutched to her chest. And the warriors followed her. Cole swore under his breath. Why in the stars is a kid leading an army? Milo knew. His stomach flipped. This is my fault, he whispered. The warrior commander speaks. The Thrixians stopped 10 meters from the gate. Dust settled around them like smoke. The towering commander stepped forward, 8 feet tall, horns curved like comet trails, armor carved with victory scars. He slammed his spear into the ground. I am General Shaktor of the 9th Pride, he thundered. Who is the human child called Milo Harding? The entire outpost froze. Milo's father put a hand on his shoulder. You're not going out there. I have to, Milo whispered. I think I started something. His father hesitated too long. Milo slipped under his arm and darted toward the gate before anyone could grab him. Gasps echoed behind him. The Thrixian warriors watched him with burning golden eyes. General Shaktor lowered his massive head. You, he rumbled, gave my granddaughter a gift. The crowd behind Milo nearly fainted. Risha peeked out from behind the commander's leg, eyes bright. And because of that, Shaktor continued, ancient Thrixian law demanded that the child's clan respond with full honor. A gift of the heart must be answered by the pride. He spread his arms. And so, 500 warriors march. Milo's mouth fell open. For me? Risha stepped forward shyly. You gave me a treasure, she said softly. So my family gives you protection, loyalty, and recognition. General Shaktor boomed. The human child is now considered friend of the pride, a status few outsiders have ever achieved. Milo choked. I only gave her a toy. Which made her smile, the commander said, voice softer now. She has not smiled since her mother fell in battle. You healed something we could not. Milo felt heat rise behind his eyes. Risha clutched the little starfighter. The dangerous misunderstanding. But not everyone was impressed. The outpost's internal speakers crackled as Captain Hargrove shouted. Stand down, Thrixians. This is a human settlement. Withdraw or be fired upon. General Shaktor's eyes narrowed. That would be unwise. Plasma spears charged. Human cannons locked on. 50 years of uneasy peace trembled on the edge of collapse. Milo's chest tightened. He stepped forward fast. Stop, he yelled. Both sides actually paused. Milo turned to the humans first. Risha wasn't spying or scouting. She was lonely. I gave her a toy, to be nice. He turned to the Thrixians. And humans freak out when they see giant armies. You scared them. General Shaktor blinked. Risha shuffled nervously. Captain Hargrove rubbed his forehead like he suddenly regretted all his life choices. Milo raised his hands. No fighting. Not today. Not ever. Please. Silence stretched. Then Risha looked up at her grandfather. Honored one, maybe the pride marched too many. Shaktor snorted. Perhaps. Cole whispered from the wall. Kid just negotiated with an entire warrior race. What the hell? Milo swallowed. Maybe next time, just send one representative. The general considered this seriously. Then he nodded. A reasonable request, friend of the pride. The tension broke like a snapped cable. The outpost exhaled as one. The greatest honor. General Shaktor kneeled, an 8-foot war titan lowering himself before a 10-year-old human. Milo Harding, he said, your kindness has honored us. It is rare for an outsider to show compassion without fear or prejudice. He extended a massive hand. Should danger ever threaten you or your people, call for the 9th Pride. We will answer. Risha stepped beside him, holding out a small pendant carved from shimmering bone. A friendship charm, she said shyly. From me to you. Milo took it carefully. It was warm. Alive somehow. It buzzed faintly against his skin. I'll keep it safe, he said. Forever. Risha's tail curled with joy. The departure. The 500 warriors saluted in unison, a thunderclap of fists against armored chests. Risha lingered a moment longer. Will you play with me tomorrow? She asked. Milo smiled. Yeah. I'd like that. She ran after her pride, holding the wooden starfighter high. The army marched away, dust trailing behind them like a comet tail. Aftermath. Back inside the outpost, Captain Hargrove stared at Milo like he was some kind of dimensional anomaly. Kid, he finally said, you may have just single-handedly prevented a war. Or started an alliance. Or both. I honestly don't know. Cole patted Milo on the back. Next time you give someone a toy, maybe warn us first. Milo laughed sheepishly. His father knelt beside him, relief softening his eyes. You okay? I'm good, Milo said. I think I made a friend. A friend, his father echoed. Son, you gained 500 armored bodyguards. Milo grinned. Cool. END.